So I'll translate this information algebraically. If k divides m plus 2n, it means k is some multiple of m plus 2n. So let's say it's k times alpha. Alpha is some other integer. And similarly, I can do that with this part, 3m plus 4n, since it's divisible by k, meaning one way you can say that this is some integer, let's say beta, or you can directly write it as is k times beta. Beta is some integer, which is what I did here. Now, our goal is to kind of get something about k and how it relates to m and n. So you do have to kind of glance at the answer choices. So here I'm going to apply the system of linear equations set up here. I'm first going to match the coefficient of n here, meaning I'll make this 4n. So I multiply the second equation by 2. So that becomes 2m. And you'll see why I'm doing that. 3m plus 4n, because I want to see what's the relationship between m and k. Now, if we subtract these two, that becomes 0. That becomes m. And here, if I factor out k, it's beta minus 2 alpha. And I note this is some other integer. But what this tells me is that m is a multiple of k, which means m is divisible by k. So k divides m. And if you're just looking at the answer choices, we know it's between these two. So we can strike those out. But we'll do the same thing again. And in this case, I will eliminate m and see what I find about, actually I'll eliminate m and then get to see what is the relationship between k and n is. So I'll multiply this first equation by 3 so that these coefficients match. So the first equation becomes 3m plus 6n is equal to 3k alpha. The second one remains the same. And then I do the subtraction again. This drops out. I get 2n. And again, I factor out a k. And note this is some integer, but the key thing is k. 2n, k, I should say 2n is a multiple of k. That is, k divides 2n evenly. So now we know our answer. It's choice D, m, and 2n. So to summarize, the answer is D.